Noise complaint.
Working again?
This is Wick. Charlie.
You look good. Will I be hearing from you?
Lesbianians.
But you bottle.
Hello. Kilogramov. Where's yours?
Вика видели.
Svajacena.
24/7. It's to say that no one's that big, sir.
Looking to heal. Business to it. Do you need any?
I'll show you.
You're always.
For calling you out to this. How do you need the North Sea?
Where's Vigo?
I'm not telling you shit. You're kin in court.
What about it? Thank you.
Do I know you? Everything all right?
Yeah. Hey, Harry. Some release. Code. Ladies,
Honestly.
Don't worry. You are no lady.
And just a gold coin.
Mental grounds.
Fuck me.
Vigo, you know what was in that vault?
I say this, John. Do you wish I had on the priceless?
I've enjoyed doing it.
Oh, then you got married, huh? Settled down. Yeah. You know. And the way you got butt in the end, which is why God. We are cursed. Agree. Yeah.
Vigo. In that moment, grieve unalone. Stole, and I haven't really had. You can either handle.
Cool it. Hey.
Stop playing the fucking game.
Swift death. Marcus betrayed. But you had quick. And if you have done. And in so doing, you.
In for a penny, in for a penny.
Apologize for calling.
By thine own hand. Is being fueled for a certain.
Yeah, super. Come on, let's go. Hi. Somebody give me. That was a good one. Helicopter's right over there, and we have to. Russian cocks. Oh, guns, dog. Just you. We were professionals.
Okay.
Hey guys, today we're diving headfirst into the stylish, bullet-riddled world of John Wick from 2014. a movie that single-handedly redefined action cinema and made us all want to own a sleek muscle car and a really good suit. This isn't just a film. It's a masterclass in choreographed chaos and a compelling argument for never, ever messing with a man's dog. We kick things off with the literal crash as a gravely injured John Wick watches a video of his late wife, Helen. It's a raw, emotional start showing us a broken man reeling from the ultimate loss. His solace comes in an unexpected package, a beagle puppy, a final, poignant gift from Helen delivered after her passing. This isn't just a pet. It's a promise, a beacon of hope, and his only connection left to the woman he loved. This is a passion project for me, and a like or a subscribe is the best way to show your support. So if you're on board, join the crew. If not, thanks for watching anyway. The scene shifts to a quiet period of mourning and reluctant bonding. John goes through the motions of life, a robotic existence of showers and lonely breakfasts. But Daisy, with her boundless puppy energy and innocent gaze, slowly, gently nudges him towards something resembling peace. We see John and Daisy cruising in his beautiful 1969 Mustang, a perfect picture of understated cool, until they pull into a gas station. Here, a trio of entitled Russian thugs, led by Iosif Tarasov, immediately spot the car. Iosif, oozing privilege and a general lack of understanding, tries to buy it. John, ever the man of few words, simply replies in Russian, "She's not for sale," it's a polite dismissal. But it sets off an internal alarm for anyone who's ever dealt with a spoiled rich kid who thinks money solves everything. The air crackles with unspoken tension, a brief, uncomfortable silence before John drives off, unknowingly setting a deadly chain of events into motion. He's just trying to grieve. These guys are about to learn that some lines should never be crossed. Later that night, the tranquility of John's home is shattered. The same Russian thugs from the gas station smash through his door, a symphony of splintering wood and desperate barks. It's a violent, visceral assault that pulls John from his bed and shatters his fragile peace. He fights back, a ghost of his former self, but he's outnumbered, weakened by grief, and taken by surprise. The metallic clang of a baseball bat connecting with his head sends him crashing to the floor, darkness engulfing him. When he awakens, bruised and battered, his beautiful Mustang is gone. But far worse, Daisy, his last tangible link to Helen, lies dead beside him, a cruel, senseless act of violence. The silence that follows is deafening, heavy with unspeakable loss. This isn't just about a stolen car. It's about the absolute violation of a man's sanctuary and the deliberate destruction of his last shred of hope. In that moment, the world changes and a legend awakens. The broken man begins to mend, not with sorrowful tears, but with a cold, simmering rage. He meticulously cleans up his house, a stark contrast to the chaos that just unfolded. Every shard of glass, every speck of blood is erased, as if preparing for a new, more dangerous chapter. The quiet precision of his movements tells us everything we need to know. John Wick isn't just a widower anymore. He's remembering who he used to be. He then approaches a section of his concrete basement floor, a knowing glance in his eyes. With a heavy, grinding sound of concrete scraping, he pulls up the slab, revealing a hidden trove, neatly stacked gold coins, an array of meticulously organized firearms, tactical knives, and a perfectly tailored suit. It's not just a collection of tools. It's a declaration. The legend of Baba Yaga, the boogeyman, is stirring from its slumber. The quiet, grieving widower is gone, replaced by a formidable assassin with a singular, terrifying purpose. He's not just retrieving his past. He's preparing for war. Meanwhile, the idiocy continues. Iosif, still high on his petty conquest, takes the stolen Mustang to a chop shop, oblivious to the seismic shift he's just caused in the underworld. He calls his father, Baba Tarasov, the feared head of the Russian mafia in New York, a man who truly understands the delicate ecosystem of their world. As Iosif brags about his triumph, Vigo's expression slowly morphs from amusement to sheer, unadulterated terror. The moment Iosif mentions the car, Vigo knows. That particular '69 Mustang isn't just a car. It's a relic of John Wick, a retired boogeyman whose name alone sends shivers down the spines of even the most hardened criminals. Vigo's phone call culminates in a resounding crack across Iosif's face, a sharp, stinging sound echoing his father's utter despair. The look on Vigo's face is priceless, a perfect blend of "I told you not to play with matches and we are all royally screwed." He knows what's coming. A storm of lead and fury, all because his spoiled son couldn't keep his hands off the wrong man's dog and his car. The boogeyman is back and he's not happy. Vigio, a man who clearly values self-preservation, immediately sends a cleanup crew, a team of heavily armed assassins, to John's home, hoping to put him back down before he can unleash his legendary wrath. Big mistake. John, now clad in his signature black suit and utterly devoid of mercy, anticipates their every move. The quiet of his suburban home is shattered by the deafening crack of suppressed gunfire and the sickening thud of bodies hitting the concrete. This isn't a chaotic brawl. It's a masterclass in controlled violence. John moves with a predatory grace, each punch landing with a visceral impact, each headshot delivered with cold, surgical precision. The metallic clang of weapons dropping and the muffled groans of Vigo's men are the only soundtrack to this grim ballet. He navigates his own home like a hunter in his lair, turning every corner, every doorway into a kill zone. This isn't just a fight, it's a statement, delivered with extreme prejudice. John Wick is back, and he remembers every single training session. The first blood is drawn, and it signals the beginning of a relentless quest for vengeance. After his bloody warm-up, John needs a moment and a place to plan. He heads to the legendary Continental Hotel, a sanctuary in a world of killers, but also a place governed by strict rules. The majestic Art Deco lobby, with its hushed tones and impeccable service, stands in stark contrast to the brutal street outside. Here, the currency isn't cash, but ancient gold coins, clinking with a satisfying weight as John hands them over to Karen, the stoic concierge. It's a world within a world, where assassins check in their guns at the front desk like ordinary people check their coats, and violence is absolutely forbidden on hotel grounds. The atmosphere is one of polite, deadly neutrality. John secures a room, a temporary respite from the burgeoning storm, and requests a dinner reservation, which in their lexicon means medical attention and a fresh suit. The soft click of the coins, the subtle nod from Karen, it all reinforces the hidden infrastructure of this deadly society. It's like a secret club, but instead of networking, everyone's trying to avoid getting murdered. It's certainly got a better buffet than most business hotels, though I doubt they're serving up anything too exotic after a long night of meetings. With a refreshed appearance but an undiminished fury, John seeks information. He tracks down Aurelio, the chop shop owner who was pressured into accepting John's stolen Mustang. Aurelio, seeing John Wick standing in his garage, looking like death warmed over but impeccably dressed, immediately knows he's in deep trouble. He confirms Iosif's culpability, explaining that he'd punched Iosif for his transgression, a small act of defiance that probably saved Aurelio's life, as John simply grunts and moves on. The clink of a phone receiver hitting the cradle is heard as Aurelio, with a face full of grim resignation, immediately calls Vigio. The verbal exchange between Vigio and Aurelio, dripping with foreboding, confirms that the Baba Yaga is indeed awake. Aurelio even warns Vigio he killed 3 men in a bar with a pencil. A thing pencil. It's a legendary detail that perfectly encapsulates John's prowess and the sheer terror he inspires. John, meanwhile, learns that Iosif frequents the Red Circle Club, a notorious den of iniquity, and prepares for his next move. The anticipation is palpable. The calm before the storm is officially over. John arrives at the Red Circle, an opulent, pulsating nightclub where Iosif is foolishly trying to forget his troubles. The deafening thud of techno music and the strobe of flashing lights create a surreal backdrop for what's about to unfold. John moves through the crowded club with a chilling sense of purpose, a silent predator in a sea of revelers. The first moments are tense, a cat and mouse game as he hunts his prey. Then the first crack of a suppressed shot echoes, barely audible over the music, as he eliminates a guard. What follows is a ballet of bullets and brutal hand-to-hand combat, a symphony of silenced gunshots, the visceral impact of punches, and the desperate grunts of his targets. John Wick doesn't just kill. He dispatches, he eliminates with an almost artistic precision, performing a gun fu masterclass. Bodies drop with sickening thuds, staining the vibrant club floor, while most clubgoers are too engrossed in their dancing or too oblivious to notice the silent carnage unfolding around them. It's a beautiful, terrifying dance of death, all under the pulsating rhythm of the bass. Honestly, the bouncers must be exhausted trying to keep up with the body count on a Tuesday. The metallic clang of expended shell casings adds to the gritty realism, grounding the stylized violence. John finally corners Iosif in the VIP section, a tense standoff amidst the chaos. But Iosif, ever the coward, manages to slip away through a hidden exit, leading John on a frantic chase through the club's bathhouse. The steamy, dimly lit corridors become another arena for combat, the whoosh of steam mingling with the frantic footsteps and the sharp crack of gunfire. John, relentless and unstoppable, continues his pursuit, mowing down any thug foolish enough to stand in his path. The splash of water, the slippery tiles, and the echoing sounds make for a disorienting but thrilling sequence. He's closing in, the scent of revenge guiding him through the haze. Iosif, clearly out of his depth, is a pathetic figure, stumbling and scrambling, relying on his dwindling security detail to buy him precious seconds. It's a stark contrast to John's calculated, almost elegant movements. The hunt intensifies, and we know that it's only a matter of time before John catches up. The bathhouse, usually a place of relaxation, is now just another bloody obstacle course. Back at the Continental, thinking he's safe, John gets an unwelcome surprise. Miss Perkins, a rival assassin, has taken a hefty bounty placed on John's head by Vigio. A bounty so ludicrously high that it would make even Scrooge McDuck consider coming out of retirement. She attacks him in his room, completely disregarding the Continental's cardinal rule, no business on hotel grounds. The crunch of breaking furniture and the grunts of a close-quarters brawl fill the otherwise quiet hotel room. It's a brutal, surprisingly personal fight, a flurry of precise strikes and desperate parries. The tension is palpable as they exchange blows, each trying to gain the upper hand. Just as things reach a critical point, a precise knock on the door, followed by Winston, the Continental manager, and his enforcers, brings an abrupt halt to the fight. The air crackles with unspoken threats. Winston, with his calm demeanor and steel gaze, issues a chilling warning to Perkins, reminding her of the severe consequences for breaking the rules. It's a testament to the hotel's power and the gravity of its laws, showing that even in a world of lawless killers, there are still lines you don't cross. Perkins is allowed to leave for now, but her fate is sealed. John learns that Vigio keeps his most precious assets, his vast fortune and incriminating records, hidden within a seemingly innocuous Russian Orthodox church. Oh, the irony! A sanctuary of faith doubling as a criminal vault. John, ever respectful of holy ground, decides to make an exception for this particular mission. He launches a surgical assault, a symphony of silence shots and swift takedowns. The echoing thuds of bodies hitting marble floors are interspersed with the distant chime of bells, creating a surreal and sacrilegious atmosphere. He moves through the hallowed halls like a dark angel of vengeance, clearing out Vigo's heavily armed guards with a cold, almost detached efficiency. Each crack of a bullet striking stone, each crunch of a hand-to-hand blow adds to the relentless pace. This isn't just a raid, it's a statement, a direct assault on Vigo's power and his perceived untouchability. The church, filled with religious iconography, becomes a backdrop for unholy retribution, transforming from a place of worship into a bloody battlefield. It's like the Da Vinci Code, but with more headshots and less Tom Hanks. The silence after a brief skirmish is broken only by the sound of his own breathing. A short, sharp intake of air before he moves to the next threat. After clearing the church, John reaches Vigo's heavily guarded vault, not for riches, but for destruction. He gazes upon the vast piles of cash and incriminating ledgers, the lifeblood of Vigo's empire. With a deliberate movement, he douses them with gasoline, the pungent smell filling the sacred space. The soft click of a lighter, followed by the whoosh of ignited fuel, transforms the church vault into a fiery inferno. This isn't about profit. It's about punitive damage. The crackling flames consume Viggo's illicit fortune and his carefully hidden secrets, sending a powerful, unmistakable message. John Wick doesn't want money, he wants justice. And he's willing to burn down Viggo's entire world to get it. The orange glow of the fire reflects in John's stoic eyes, a silent testament to his unwavering resolve. It's a dramatic, visually striking moment where the destruction of wealth becomes a terrifying form of communication. This act of arson isn't just an attack. It's an announcement that the boogeyman is here to collect his due, and the price is everything. The smell of burning paper and crisp banknotes fills the air, an ironic perfume of impending doom for Viggo, with Viggo's assets literally going up in smoke. John's focus returns to his primary target, Iosif. He tracks the cowardly son to a new, supposedly secure safe house. The final confrontation is swift and brutal. John, moving with the speed and precision of a predator, dispatches Iosif's remaining bodyguards in a flurry of silenced shots and bone-crushing blows. The desperate grunts of the thugs and the sharp cracks of gunfire are quickly silenced, leaving only the terrified whimper of Iosif himself. John corners him, his face a mask of cold fury. There's no dramatic monologue, no lingering doubt, just cold, hard vengeance. The soft click of the hammer cocking, the metallic glint of the pistol, and then a single, definitive shot. Iosif's pathetic reign of terror is over. The silence that follows is absolute, heavy with the weight of completed retribution. The man who foolishly crossed John Wick has paid the ultimate price. It's not a celebratory moment, but one of grim satisfaction. As John finally avenges Daisy, the justice is delivered, swift and unequivocal, reminding everyone listening that some actions have truly irreversible consequences, especially when you target a legendary assassin's dog. Revenge satisfied, John exits the safe house, but the street outside is a trap. Viggo, fueled by vengeance for his son's death and the destruction of his empire, has set an elaborate ambush. John, momentarily caught off guard, is overwhelmed by a wave of Viggo's thugs. The sharp crack of punches, the clang of weapons, and the grunts of struggle fill the air as John puts up a valiant fight. But ultimately, he's too outnumbered and exhausted. He's subdued and dragged away, thrown into a van. He awakens, bound tightly to a chair, Viggo standing menacingly before him. Viggo, eyes burning with a mixture of grief and rage, delivers a chilling monologue about John's past, his legendary status, and the unforgivable sin of killing his son. He outlines his plan for John's slow, painful demise, the air thick with unspoken threats. The metallic creak of the chair, the heavy silence after Viggo's words, all build an unbearable tension. It's a moment of vulnerability for John, a rare glimpse of him at the mercy of his enemies. Viggo thinks he has won, but he's about to learn that you can't keep a good Baba Yaga down for long, especially when he's just starting to warm up. Just as John is about to face Viggo's brutal torture, a sharp crack echoes in the distance, not a gunshot aimed at John, but at one of Viggo's goons holding him down. It's Marcus, John's old mentor and friend, a legendary sniper, honoring a silent obligation, even though he's technically accepting Viggo's bounty. Marcus, perched on a distant rooftop, delivers a series of precise, suppressed shots, thinning the ranks of John's captors. The thud of bodies hitting the ground is followed by the startled shouts of Viggo's remaining men. The distraction is all John needs. With a furious roar, he breaks free from his restraints, the sound of tearing leather and straining muscles filling the air. He grabs a nearby weapon, the metallic clang of it hitting his hand signaling his return to the fight. He moves with renewed ferocity, turning the tables on his captors. The quick, decisive crack of his own gunfire, combined with Marcus's distant support, allows him to escape the clutches of Viggo's men. It's a powerful moment of unexpected loyalty and expert coordination, proving that even a legendary assassin needs a little help from his friends sometimes. The distant, almost imperceptible PSST of Marcus's sniper rifle provides a chilling counterpoint to the close quarters brutality. John, now free and twice as angry, decides it's time to hit Vigio where it really hurts, his primary safe house. This isn't just an attack, it's a declaration of war. He crashes through the gates, the screech of tires and the crunch of metal signaling his arrival. What follows is a relentless, room-to-room clearing operation, a symphony of gunfire and brutal close-quarters combat. The thwack of bullets impacting Kevlar, the sharp cracks of pistol shots, and the heavy thuds of bodies collapsing fill the air. John moves with an almost supernatural efficiency, each bullet finding its mark, each punch delivered with devastating force. He's a whirlwind of destruction, a one-man army dismantling Vigo's heavily fortified stronghold piece by piece. The metallic clang of a shotgun racking, the whoosh of a thrown knife, all contribute to the visceral intensity. The climax comes when John uses explosives, the deafening roar of the blast ripping through the building, sending debris flying. It's a spectacular explosion that not only eliminates Vigo's remaining forces, but also sends a clear message. John Wick is coming for him, and he's bringing the apocalypse. The smoke and dust settle, leaving behind a scene of utter devastation, a monument to John's unyielding fury. It's probably not covered by Vigo's homeowner's insurance, which is a real shame, while John continues his rampage. Winston, ever the master of maintaining order, deals with Miss Perkins, her breach of the Continentals. Vigio, having survived John's attack on his safe house, quickly pieces together Marcus's betrayal. Fueled by fury and a desire for retribution, he tracks Marcus to his home. The scene unfolds with a chilling sense of dread. Vigio and his men ambush Marcus, a tense and brutal confrontation that ends tragically for the aging sniper. The sickening crunch of a physical assault, the strained grunts of Marcus trying to fight back, are relayed to John through a phone call. John is forced to listen, helpless as his friend is brutally beaten and then executed. The sharp crack of a gunshot over the phone line is devastating, a painful echo of the life that has just been extinguished. It's a moment of profound loss for John, adding another layer of personal tragedy to his already bloody quest. The metallic click of the phone disconnecting leaves John in a stunned silence, realizing the true cost of his war. Marcus's sacrifice is a powerful emotional blow, reminding John that even amidst his single-minded revenge, there are others who pay the price. It's a cruel twist of fate, pushing John further down his path of vengeance. Cementing his resolve to end Vigio once and for all, the stage is set for the final showdown, the desolate, rain-slicked shipping docks, a perfect backdrop for the gritty, brutal confrontation between John Wick and Vigio Tarasov. The metallic clang of containers in the distance and the rhythmic patter of heavy rain create a somber, almost apocalyptic atmosphere. John arrives, a grim determination etched on his face, ready to end this war once and for all. Vigio, surrounded by his remaining men, attempts one last stand, but it's futile. John tears through his bodyguards with a savage efficiency, a blur of motion, gunfire, and close-quarters combat. The crack of punches, the muffled thuds of bodies hitting the wet concrete, and the splash of footsteps and puddles are the only sounds. Finally, it's just John and Vigio face to face. The fight is raw, visceral, and personal. There's no fancy gun-fu here. It's a desperate, bloody brawl, each man landing heavy blows. The sound of fists connecting with flesh is sickeningly real, punctuated by grunts of pain. Vigio, despite his age, puts up a surprisingly fierce fight, fueled by desperation. But John Wick, the boogeyman, is simply unstoppable when fueled by such profound rage and grief. This isn't just a fight for survival. It's a battle for John's soul, fought under the cold, indifferent gaze of the pouring rain. In the brutal dockside fight, John delivers the final, decisive blow to Vigio, a sharp, sickening thwack of a knife finding its mark brings the mob boss down, silencing his threats forever. The rain continues to fall, washing away the blood, but not the memory of what transpired. John, gravely wounded, collapses, his body screaming in protest, but his mind finally at peace. He's bleeding, exhausted, but the quest is over. He stumbles through the deserted streets, eventually finding refuge in an abandoned animal shelter. The soft whimper of a dog catches his attention. He tends to his own wounds with makeshift supplies, the ragged tearing of cloth for bandages, And then, he finds a new companion, a small, nameless pit bull puppy. This isn't a replacement for Daisy, but a new beginning, a quiet promise of companionship and a hint of healing. The subtle thumping of the puppy's tail against the cage is a small, hopeful rhythm in the otherwise grim atmosphere. He scoops up the dog, cradling it gently, and together, they walk out into the dawn. The heavy silence of the night gives way to the gentle chirping of morning birds, a subtle shift in the soundscape mirroring John's internal journey. It's a poignant, full-circle moment, proving that even after burning down an entire criminal empire, sometimes all you need is a loyal, furry friend, and there we have it, folks. The saga of John Wick's initial foray back into the underworld. What began as an act of senseless cruelty against an innocent dog escalated into a full-blown war, reminding us that some wounds run deeper than any bullet, and some promises must be kept. No matter the cost, John's journey isn't just about violence. It's a raw, visceral exploration of grief, the devastating impact of loss, and the primal need for justice when everything else is stripped away. It teaches us that even when you lose everything, there's always a flicker of hope, sometimes in the form of a loyal new companion. The movie leaves us with John, a man scarred but not broken, finding a tentative peace with his new dog. It's a powerful statement about resilience, about forging a path forward even when the past refuses to let go. So, what did you think? What was your favorite moment from this legendary action flick? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.